As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. Welcome back to another episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, your only Detroit Pistons prophecy. A lot of P's here. Your only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets, Harry Morrows, joined by my good buddy, my co-prophet,
Mickey Jacobs. Thanks for joining us.
Mickey, may the 3 be with D be with you.
And may the 3 with the D be unto thee.
Thank you so much. And we are fortunate enough to be joined, probably her first ever Pistons podcast. Is that a safe venture,
Yeah.
Lindsay? Okay, sweet.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting. I'm stoked to have her on here. She's a good friend of mine from Los Angeles. Excellent comedian, excellent baker, excellent croissant ranker, and just all-around hilarious, funny, dope-ass person. Welcome to our show, Lindsay Adams.
Hello. Wow, what a nice intro. Thank you.
No problem. I wrote it down. I had to look all that stuff up. Make sure it was on your Wikipedia page. It's at
Yeah, it's I wrote it there. That was me.
Sweet. I like the picture on there too. Great Wikipedias.
Thanks so much.
Lindsay, you and I know each other from the comedy days, much like Mickey and I know each other from the comedy days. And I was wondering, because my wife is like, you got to get Lindsay on the podcast to talk about the subject matter. What is your relationship with basketball, with the NBA, with the Pistons?
Wow. Well, you could not have picked a subject that I have less of a relationship with. I'm not like a sports person to begin with. I'm from New Jersey. I went to maybe 2 Knicks games. I got a Liberty. I was really into the WNBA for 5 seconds because I was obsessed with that movie Love and Basketball. And so I was like, oh man, whatever. I got a Lisa Leslie. Is that, yeah, I had a Lisa Leslie jersey. And other than that, I've lived in LA for 10 years. I've never been to a Lakers game. I lived in Chicago. I never went to a Bulls game. I don't watch. I know how to play basketball. I was a cheerleader and we did basketball games, but
that's more than I've played by a lot.
I mean, but to be fair, I still am pretty unclear. I don't know who plays what position. I don't know, and Detroit Pistons, forget it. Who cares? Am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
I think you are right. That's
right.
The big thing is
who cares?
Who
this
does
podcast?
care? I'm happy you brought up the Love and Basketball thing. You know I love that movie. We've talked about the soundtrack. Yes. It's a scorcher. Earlier today I was wearing the Air Jordan shirt that Omar Epps has in that movie as well. Did buy it because it's
Classic.
in that movie. I got to get me some overalls to be wearing as well to really complete the outfit. That movie rips.
Yes.
Mickey, have you seen it before?
I saw it for the first time within the past year, and it is so good.
It's
great.
I love
so
it.
Good.
It's a romance that lasts a lifetime. It's unbelievable.
Okay, good. I hope you're being serious because
I'm being 100% serious. I sometimes just sound sarcastic without trying to. I unabashed love that movie.
Okay, good. Yeah. In good company.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's steamy. It is some hot basketball. And that's what we're here to discuss today. This is the Hot Pistons summer episode. So you may be saying to yourself, Why you got Lindsay on? She doesn't know anything about the Pistons. Guess what?
Yeah.
She knows baked goods. She knows bringing the heat. She knows the hot boys. You probably came up in the hot boy era like me back in the day.
Yeah.
Backing that ass up, blang, blang, all that stuff. We are going to go over the hotness of the Pistons over the years, where they're at hotness-wise right now, where they were during the bad boys era, where they were during the going to work era. Who is the hottest Piston? Where they rank on a scale. And for that, this being the internet, we made a tier system out for the whole thing. All right. So at the bottom tier that I can see that we've got going on, this is the lowest rating. So, if you're looking at there's 6 grades, if you will. It's usually with like an S tier to an E or whatever. We don't go by that. We're more updated than that. We speak emoji. And for the lowest one, we got the no entry, which means to me, like, was no go. How do you interpret that, Lindsay?
Hard no. That's that's a yuck.
Not even on the radar. Yeah.
No, that's a no thank you in a condescending way. That's a no thank you.
With some stank on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because it's very bad.
The
polite.
no, thank you. Super no.
Yeah, like, ooh, God, that was a limb for you.
But mad props for the reach, I suppose. Good effort. A for effort, E for physical appearance. That is the no entry. So the next tier up, this isn't as offensive, but we got the yawn emoji.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm bored. You look like everyone else. It's not interesting. I'm not particularly disgusted, but like there's nothing where I go, oh my God, that thing on his face. But like I'm also equally disinterested.
Oh yeah. But how have you looked for me lately? Boring? Okay, I'll pass.
Yeah.
I'm partially covering up because I'm yawning, also because these lips ain't coming close to these lips. All right, that's blocked off. The hand mask.
Perfect.
Stay away. All right, the next tier up. Now we're feeling something. Now we're getting a little heat here. We're getting a little bit of the sweats.
Okay. Yeah. This is like warming up. This is like, okay, wait, catching me off guard. Hold on. Are you? Because my initial instinct is usually like, you're gross. But this is like, wait, pull back, rewind. Are you not? You're actually not. I actually would entertain. Or it's like a slow burn. You know, the kind of person that you look at and then like maybe 5 minutes in, you go, oh my God, wait, you are kind of hot.
Oh,
that's
sneaky hot.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, it just took me a second to realize that you're not ugly.
I love that. The sneaky hot, the slow burn. Like you start up the electric stovetop, and at first it's like, okay, that's dark. Who cares? You take a second look, you're like, okay, that's a little bit smoldery here. I guess we're doing something I didn't know about. Thank you. Especially, you wear the right colors, you can really send something coming my way. You wear the right cut,
exactly.
Come my way. You know how to dress, you just upped your game a little bit. Next step up, though, that's when we start talking a little bit of. I'd love to see what's going on here with the splish splash splish melt emoji.
Yeah, that's a little slippery Sally, if you will. A little. That's when I go, uh-oh, wait, hold on, sliding off my chair here.
Oh man, slippery Sally is the term I'm gonna be using from now on, I think.
I like it better when Lindsay uses
Okay, I'll
stop.
I would That's fair.
That's like where I'm like, okay, I'm sweating. Like there's moisture and it's like, I mean, there's sweating. I'm excited. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely good. I think usually it could be that also it doesn't have to be perverted. Sometimes when I get nervous, my upper lip sweats.
Yeah.
So honestly, that could just stand for my upper lip.
It's flustered almost.
Yeah, it'll sweat on stage. It'll sweat if I am in an anxious conversation. So we could call that upper lip sweat.
Do you get that upper lip sweat from too much sugar? Because I do. Like now when I have candy and stuff, I get that upper lip sweat and it is gnarly.
I've only found it related to being on stage, or talking to someone for an extended period of time. I think it's also because, like, if I'm in a comfortable environment, I rub my face a lot. So I'm used to doing that. And if I'm not able to touch my face, I'm just like,
You got to go LL. You just got to be licking that upper lip like hardcore.
yeah, I'm like, oh God, this doesn't feel good.
Windshield wipe. All right. So the splish, splash, splish, or the lip wet, however you want to interpret lips being wet on that level. The next one up. I'm looking at that dick.
Boing, boing.
Yeah, that's the sound. That's a pretty good one, without a doubt. I'm popping. I'm hot. I can't lose moisture because it's all going somewhere.
I know, that's what I do when I get horny. I go boing, boing.
Eyes bulge out of your head.
Start hitting yourself in the head with a bat.
Back up.
Exactly.
We've all been there.
Exactly. I turn into like a literal cartoon animal. I think the older you get, the more unsexy your reaction to being like excited is. So that's going to be a step up.
You get to the point where it's taking off your glasses and blowing at them to like wipe them off on your shirt. And it's like, okay, that's a little bit much.
You're like, oh wow, let me.
Little humana.
Humana, I love a humana. Okay, we're at the humanas here.
That's classic.
And then, of course, we all know this is the top tier as far as NBA player hotness goes. And Mickey put me onto this, and I couldn't agree more. It is the Kelly Oubre tier, because look at this guy. I mean,
he's a beautiful man. I don't like the beard, but he's a beautiful man.
No beard?
No, I just have a problem when men grow their beard long enough that it looks like pubic hair.
I got that.
Like, there's like a limit that like it should be like tight, and some men do like a little like wispy thing, and that's really upsetting.
Yeah, the scraggle. I'm also anti-scraggle. Let's pass on the scraggle.
Thank you.
Clean it up.
Yeah,
clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, clean it. Just snip. That's it. Clean it up.
Shouldn't be dangling.
No, but you could see like the end of his beard is translucent, and that's what we don't want.
Mm-hmm. The entirety of my beard is translucent, and nobody wants that. I've tried growing it 3 times, and every time Hannah has been very anti, like the whole thing. So she's had to live through translucent facial hair, through mullets, RIP, and now we're back. We're back to the hot status, that as hot as I can get.
Hell yeah!
Point. All right. So with all that being said, we all know the tier system now. We all know where the players rank. Mickey, where would you like to start as far as the hotness go? Do you want to be contemporary, or do we want to go old school? What are you feeling?
Why don't we start at the beginning? Why don't we go old school?
Okay, we can go super old school. And if we go to the oldest of the old school, we got to start with maybe the most famous Piston of all time, part of the 89-90 championship. It is Isaiah Thomas. Zeke famously left off of the Dream Team, but Lindsay, would he be on the Dreamy Team as far as the Pistons go?
Ooh.
He's like fine. I don't know. He's like like boring, I guess. I would say boring. Okay. I think he's like not ugly. He doesn't strike me as upsetting.
But for sure a yawn. I kind of tend to agree. Like, I look at him, he's got like a cute smile, I guess, but it's very boyish, very whatever. Heavy on the
His nickname's
eyebrow.
the baby-faced assassin. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that's not your thing, that's not your thing.
I think
he also could look like he was working at a grocery store too. Like, it fits. He doesn't look like he carries a whole lot of swag. No offense to grocery store employees, but like it looks like that face could fit on a lot of jobs other than NBA player.
I agree. So Isaiah Thomas, I'm sorry to tell you this, but my man, you are in the yawn tier. So let's go ahead and give the old scooch down here. You can be our first little class man there. I think whoever the next one from that time period would be, he's on the other end of the height spectrum. He's a big fella. He's got a great reputation. He's got some WNBA history. We're talking about Bill Laimbeer here. How are we feeling about Silly Billy? Oh, did you get muted? I think we lost you here audio-wise.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Because I was dying to hear it, too.
Yeah, I want to know the Lambier information as well. I think it's on your end there, Lindsay. I'm not sure if you're unplugged or if the phone's died, what the deal is here. Still not. You try turning those off and turn them back on? Still no. I think it's the actual hardware. While she's figuring that out, Mickey, what are your thoughts on Bill Lambier?
I think he's super. He's like not a bad looking guy. He's got the broad shoulders. He's got the strong chin. I feel like he's gonna be mean to me, and I don't love that. I feel like he's gonna treat me like dirt.
You're not into
in a way that I'm
negged.
not into.
You're not a neg fan.
Yeah. At best, I don't think he's cracking. Certainly not the melt. I don't know. I might even put him right there with his buddy IT. What do you think, Harry?
I do think about a lot of times when I think about hotness, I think about like what a person's going to look like when they're old, like as they get older or whatever. And I think he looks, especially for that time period, he looks very, this is like a man's man sort of man, or at least like you can put this guy in a suit. If he was a suit, he'd be a CEO. Like there's no doubt about it. We're talking like, drinking at the office, slapping you on the back, saying inappropriate stuff to you in the cubicle, and you have to deal with it.
Definitely could see that.
Right. But he's not like so hideous where you go home and you tell your partner about it. He's just okay enough looking where you'll fester the
you bottle up the abuse.
Right. And you deal with it a little bit.
Wait, I think I figured it out.
You did.
You're back.
All right. Welcome back, Lindsay. Tell us what you think about Mr. Bill.
No, I agree with everything you're saying, but what I was saying was I think that he looks like someone who fingers women while they're passed out.
Oh no, that's like a Bill trend, I suppose. Not all Bills, but at least a couple.
There's something about him that feels unsafe.
So is that that's the look, huh? The unsafe look.
It's the look, and it kind of tracks with his style of play.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He was an enforcer on the court, very foul prone.
Wow.
We got to ask
no boundaries.
No boundaries.
Mm-mm. Just like swatting dudes out of the air.
I've got instinct.
You do have good instinct. So where are we putting him? Are we putting him at the yawn, or are you giving him the no entry? Tell him straight up.
Entry.
You're not getting in, my friend.
Your little face won't fool me.
I said CEO energy. As soon as I said that, I should have known. Like that's bad news.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like there are certain men that like even if they're technically attractive, they trigger something where I'm like, you're a bad person and I fucking know it.
Yeah. And in comedy, that's a very important thing to know.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we as far as other older players? I think as far as the Bad Boys Pistons, those are the two that we had marked down there, right, Mickey? But we can go forward a little bit further. And this is like a little bit, this is when I was getting into the Pistons, this sort of era. And this man, he was so good, he got a shoe deal with Fila, which is a bizarre company to go with. But I remember they sold those shoes at Costco. They opened up the Costco in my neighborhood and they're like, we got the Grant Hill Fila shoes. And I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling these shoes, but tell me, Lindsay, are you feeling the Grant Hill?
See what you did there.
Grant Hill is average. He's like yawn. I wish I felt different. I just don't. He looks boring. No, he makes me sleepy.
I kind of agree. Like when we came down to the shoe is boring. Just even as a kid, Grant Hill was an impressive player, but I'd be watching him and be like, it's not flashy. There's nothing special. Nothing. I mean, it is special as a player, but I think his physical appearance is just okay. It's just like okay.
Yeah. Well, and that was during when we were kids, right? Because I
Yes.
feel like there
Hmm.
were like boys in my class who were like, Grant Hill is the best, blah, 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 blah. And they were always boring too. And so the cool guys liked, I don't know, Michael Jordan. Yeah.
So there you have it. Grant Hill, champion of the boring, champion of the yawn. Mickey, are you in agreement to this? I think Lindsay and I are aligned kind of on this whole thing. How do you
She's
feel?
not
Yeah.
wrong. No, I don't disagree at all. And I champion of the boring. That'd be the only thing he's the championship of as far as his Pistons tenure is
Damn.
concerned. I'm just it's not malicious. I'm just saying facts out here. He
Shout out
didn't
to
take home any hardware.
he sure
But no, I
didn't.
like this. We're filling out tiers. There's no.
Oh, that's
This
the
is
wrong one. I put
about.
on the
Isn't
wrong
about
thing.
being nice. It's about objectifying dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not about their basketball talent.
And thank you for saying that.
That's what we're here to do.
That's why we're here. That's why you're here.
The
Yeah.
hot Pistons summer. All right, so this guy had a little. He did get a little hardware with the Pistons, but he's from like the same era as Grant Hill. In fact, you'll see him wearing the same sort of jersey. And when we were familiar with him, when you were familiar with him, Mickey, I think he was in a different role with the Pistons, and that is one of Michigan's favorite people. It's Joe D. Joe Dumars. How are we feeling about this? Lindsay's face.
Oh God. He looks like it. There's so much I don't like. Is that a butt chin? That's crazy.
It is.
She's not a cleft gal.
No.
Oh
And we know.
God. That is and his like that was like a his face is so shiny and I just hate that. I don't like it. Was this right after a game?
I don't know. This is like his roster photo. So I think this is when he's at his best, right?
Well, see, and that's what's concerning. And also, it's like, what is going on with like the shadow around his butt chin? Is that beard? What is that? I hate it. And why doesn't he know how to smile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
like,
definitely there's teeth. I wouldn't call that a smile.
I can't even replicate it.
like, is that what he looks like when he laughs? Can you imagine?
He's in the front row at one of the good heroin shows.
I know, and he's like,
He's getting all the crowd work clips directed his way.
I know. Well, so obviously you guys love him, and he's a really good player, which maybe bumps him up a notch. But on aesthetic alone, I'm like closing up on my end.
Mhm.
Well, no.
All right. We're going to put him down with a Bill in the bottom. So I think the consensus is if you were a player in the NBA on the Pistons before the year 2004, you can hit the showers. You can hit the bricks. It ain't looking
so
good
far.
for you. So we got 4 players. No one has even cracked into an acceptable rate here. No one's looking okay.
I know it's not looking good for the Pistons.
Oh, I forgot.
There's time. There's time.
I forgot to give the animation for it, but Joe Dumars and Bill Lambier, they get the ugly animation, and Grant Hill and Isaiah Thomas, they are getting the yawning animations.
Boring.
I'll pick them back up as we go on, but let's move on to the next. And this, so when Mickey started paying attention to the Pistons, they just won a championship, and it's because of this group of guys, like this selection of players. I was heavy into them as well. Lindsay, you might be familiar with some of them. Who knows? Probably not. They're referred to as like the greatest 5 alive, best 5 alive rather, but not everybody around the nation agrees. Just some of us agree. And in that regard, we are going to stick with the first one, maybe the most iconic face in Pistons history, Ben Wallace, Fear the Fro. How are we feeling about Big Ben?
I like it. There's personality. And are we basing it off of this picture, or can I go Google on my end too?
You can go Google on your end.
Feel free to private Google.
Because I feel like I need to see what he looks like when he smiles. What's his name?
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace.
You're gonna have a hard time finding Ben Wallace smiling, I think.
Okay, well, okay. I don't know if I hate that. Oh yeah, he's hot.
He's hot.
Yeah. I would say Ben Wallace is gonna make my upper lip sweat.
Ooh, we're getting a little moisture action here.
I don't know what to tell you.
I agree. I was telling Mickey before the stream, I think Ben Wallace is the hottest Piston of all time. I think he's a hell of a good looking dude. And I think now with his gray hair, he looks even fucking better. Like, he's a handsome man.
He has gray hair now.
Silver fox.
It's wild. He's handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude. Good skin.
So strong too. So stoic. Just real badass vibes.
Oh no, I did find a picture where he braided the bottom of his beard, and that's upsetting. But I'll pretend I didn't see it. I'll pretend I didn't see it.
That went away at one point. That'll keep him in the
phase.
They'll keep him in the third tier down as opposed to the upper tier. We're not looking that far until we're getting that face. So we're gonna put him in the splash zone.
Super Soaker 100.
A Super Soaker 100 for Ben Wallace. Welcome to the upper echelon, my friend, Big Ben, rejecting tons of people, not just on the court, but also with his fucking good looks. You got to be 10 step to Ben. All right. After Ben Wallace, we also had Mr. Big Shot. You got to tell me, would you shoot your shot at Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups? I saw your face there. Can't wait to hear what the thoughts are.
No, I just feel like Chauncey's got like a little head thing going on. And that's okay because I'm sure, he made it to the NBA and I'm sure he's fucked a lot of hot women, but no, thank you. I would say, Jan.
Mm-hmm.
He's not ugly. Like if I had to look at his face for a while, but he's also, I can't do something with my mind to make him hot. Like if you told me that like he did something, you know how like sometimes when you look at people, if you're like, oh, did you know that this person does this thing and that thing makes them hotter, even though they're not aesthetically as hot? I don't think there's anything that you could tell me that he does that would bump him up aesthetically.
No amount of championships or finals MVPs.
Books read to the
not
blind, children he's helped overcome.
No, I mean like if you, no, because I would need to like see it. No.
Right.
And even then, you just be like, that's pretty good. Good job.
Yeah. I would be like, oh, it's like he like loves the same kind of coffee as me. I would be like, oh, okay.
That's cool. You know, he kind of, this is, I don't know how big a stretch this is, but I kind of see it. He kind of has, if his head was completely shaved and he had no facial hair, current Adam Sandler face vibes to me.
Oh, yeah. Kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm. A little goofy. Which I think is fine. I think Goofy's good. I like unique Goofy. I wouldn't say Goofy's hot, but Goofy's good.
Sure.
Mickey, where you stand on this? Are you in the yawn zone?
No, I get it. I'm seeing this picture. I can't argue with Lindsay's pick. I do think he has a winning smile, and I think that goes a long way for me. I think he was always flashing the teeth, and he was kind of like buddy with everybody. Mm-hmm. I feel like he was just like very social and very cool. And he was the leader of the going to work Pistons team, kind of. But no, I get it. Where is he in? Snoozeville or?
Snoozeville. He's not like anywhere bad. He's just not in the end zone.
This isn't personal.
In the end zone.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pistons to date not doing so great. Not a lot of hot boys on the steroids.
Not as of right now.
No, they're not killing it. Maybe once we get into this century, we'll start talking about it. So right now, Chauncey's Gauncey. On to the next one. Who could? Oh, I missed one of the old bad boys. How can I forget? Lindsay, I know you know this guy. You know this guy. I don't know if you knew him as a Piston, but he was for sure a Bull, and he was for sure an icon of.
I know who you're gonna say.
Dennis Rodman, the Worm. Yeah. Look at this man.
Yeah. Okay, so he's ugly. I'm gonna put this out there. He's goofy and he's ugly, but he is someone that exhibited behaviors that bumped him up a step. And I hate to say that. I just can't decide if it bumped him up to boring or it bumped him up to like Sure, I don't know. Maybe he's a little hot. Like
I
he's not. He's not. It's like if it's between him and Dumars or whatever his name,
Hmm.
it's gonna be him.
Yeah, you're on the Do No Mars train.
Yeah.
I'll take the worm over Dumars. My interpretation of that is if he's willing to do something enough where it's like, oh, that's actually like kind of attractive, and he is ugly, you skip
Yeah.
yawn. Like yawn is just like boring.
Yeah. He's like he appears mentally ill, and that is hot.
I don't think it's just an appearance. I think that's a straight up accurate description.
He reads as needs a therapist, and that right there warms me up.
I dig that. The man landed Carmen Electra, who was many a young boy's top lady.
Yeah, and she had notoriously bad taste in men, but even so,
I mean, who doesn't? If
He's
I'm
an
being
icon.
honest.
I think he gets
she
points
is an
for that.
icon. I actually still think I once bought her. What was this? It was like a aerobic striptease video.
I'm familiar with that being a thing. What are the moves? What are the aerobic striptease moves?
It's so funny. It's literally just like a lot of like, it's kind of just like doing burlesque. You just feel really, and like waving your legs around. You're like, this is weird. Okay, I'm done.
Flaily.
Yeah, it feels like flailing. It's so funny. I remember trying to do it in my living room, and my parents would walk by and I'd be like, Mom, Dad, stop.
Go away.
That is that's quite the embarrassing tape. My embarrassing tapes were learn how to breakdance videos on VHS cassette, and they taught me I was too weak to breakdance, which is a hard thing.
I love that for
yes.
you.
I would have loved
Well,
it more
you'll
if I'd been
never
able to
make
do
it to the
anything.
Olympics.
I didn't even get Australian breakdancer level of breakdancing. It was
Shit.
poor. I was very poor.
You know, I don't think most people did, and they gave her such a hard time. And she was a clown, but she didn't deserve all that hate.
She embraced it though, and
Yeah.
all the hate. She's the most famous Olympic athlete there is because of it.
It's true.
Like she crushed it
True.
as far as what the point of the Olympics is, right? If the point of Olympics is to be
Yeah.
the best at something, she's the most memed Olympic athlete. She wins a gold for memes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The amount of hate she got versus the amount of love that Turkish shooter guy got for just kind of standing there seems inaccurate.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right. I forgot about him. What a freak.
Where would he land on the hotness level, by the way?
Scary in the in the
No.
scary zone.
No entry for
Doesn't
cool
need
Turk.
any gear to shoot a fucking gun.
Yeah, that's very get off my lawn energy.
It
And-
really is. It's like a very concealed carry energy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so then with Dennis Rodman, we're giving him
Yes.
the panty, the sweats, you did something to heat me up. The electric stovetop for Carmen Electra's love interest. Heavy
Yes.
on.
And Madonna.
And Madonna?
Madonna. Yep.
Pretty
I didn't
sure,
know
yeah.
that. Michigan's
Yeah.
super finest.
He's wearing dresses. He's pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
He's chilling with dictators. Like,
Yeah,
there's something
exactly.
about him.
The hairstyles, oh my God. Like the leopard print and the
Mhm.
green and the hair and the pink. I was so jealous of
There's
that.
also like there's a confidence when you know that you're so ugly that you have to do something weird to your hair. And like that for me is attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like you understood and you said, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do this weird thing.
Fucking good for Dennis.
Self-awareness, wild
Yeah.
card factor. He's got the juice.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're gonna move back to the. I want to make sure I'm getting all of them. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the going to work Pistons, and this is the longest tenured Piston. He was the only one that didn't make the All-Star team. Closest to our age, not quite our age. I think he's a little bit older, but nonetheless, you might know this man, a prince in his own right. I'm talking about Tayshaun Prince. Look at that young man. What do you got to say about Tay-Tay? Look at that face. I already know where it's going. I know where you're going
Some
with
of these pictures are not great.
it. You find a better one of
Wait.
Tayshaun.
I wanna look, for his sake, I'm gonna look at one where it looks like he's not having a stroke.
You're gonna have a
No,
hard
that side
time.
of his face is always like that.
Okay, wait. Let me just for his sake. Oh, it always does.
It always looks like that.
Oh, this poor man. He has the same shaped head as my ex-boyfriend, and I couldn't get over it, and I can't get over this. And it's not a good shape. It's not a good shape. And God bless him. And God bless him and hell no.
Yeah, God bless him and hell no. We needn't say much else. Lindsay's for sure giving him the oogly, no entry, the thumbs down. I kind of agree. He's very lanky, and like sometimes people are lanky in the body. He's lanky in the body and in the face as well. Like it's very long. I mean, it helped out in the basketball court. Like he has the most famous block of all time, and if he called
with his face,
no, not with his face.
Is that what happened to him?
If anyone could do it, I suppose it could be him pulling it off. But yeah, famous block. I imagine, Lindsay, if he called you, he would be a famous block on your end as well.
absolutely.
Not getting in those DMs.
Mickey, you have any feelings about like maybe saving this man a little bit? Is he okay?
I mean, I can love him as a player and respect what he did without being like, oh, what a cutie. You know, like these things both can be true. But no, I don't know if the prince is royalty as far as looks goes. You know, what do you think?
So
are you going to try and defend?
No, I can't. Like, I imagine like if there was a boy band or like an R&B group, and he was in it, they're all like in suits singing. You'd see them all, and you'd be like, man, that motherfucker, he must really be able to sing because like there's no way you're selling the looks on this end. So I love the guy. I think he's a great player. But if we're talking about like hotness, I got to put him in the notness category. So I completely agree. Sorry, Tayshaun, but you're going to join some real legends at the bottom of this tiering system here.
Can't believe you made him the Joey Fatone of the going to work Pistons. That's
I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of my ex-boyfriend because he looks so much like him.
How did you start dating him if he looked like that? And you saw the head, how did he win you over?
You know, it was one of those times where it was like, you know what, you needed me to date a nice guy, and you should date a nice guy.
Yeah,
and
I hope he was real nice.
And I was like, this is a nice guy, and it doesn't matter that I'm not sexually attracted to him. It doesn't matter because he is nice.
It's a bummer of a thing to happen to nice guys because
I know,
it's not a nice thing to do.
It's really fucking heinous. It's cruel, actually. But I did believe at the time that was not the truth. I was like, no, I love him. I said I love you to him, and he knew I didn't mean it.
He's like one of those guys you kiss, when you kiss, your cheek is touching their cheek, and then you kiss with your lips out. Mwah. So
yeah, I know. I was like, I love you, and he was like, no, you don't. I'm like, okay.
Bless you for trying, though.
I'm committed, if not nothing.
A charity smooch is still a smooch.
Yeah.
Is it?
Why don't you just get to the next?
We'll keep it moving.
Okay, on to the next one. And so this guy, he's also another famous going to work Piston. And I have a feeling I know what you're going to say about him. This guy also had some like hygiene issues we can talk about later. It's responsible for his nickname. But how about Rip Hamilton? How are you feeling about Rip City?
I mean, he's not ugly. Like, he's not, but he's not, well, it's just boring.
Okay, it's boring. Let me ask you this. Does it do it for you when he's wearing the mask?
Scary.
Scary, so that's worse. That's worse for you.
It's worse.
Okay.
It's scary. That's scarier. So it's between no and boring for me.
Okay, we're going to rip the mask off of him. So he's like toeing the line, no and boring, and it can go toward no because he was mostly injured. He mostly had the mask on.
What did he
Can
have
you
the
wedge
mask
him?
on for?
I think he like busted an eye
Injury.
socket. Do you know what the injury was? Was his
I forget
nose?
if it was a nose thing or if it was like a, but it's protective.
Yeah,
It's
It looked
not
like
just
a fake. It looked like a fake thing.
looked like he was
oh,
going
it's real.
to
He was
rob
faking it.
somebody, faking it, a
He's-
fake mask.
He
So
was
like
faking it.
for the
Yeah.
for the aesthetic, like slow of the Saint Lunatics back in the early aughts. If anyone's
Exactly.
familiar with the
Or like Nelly's
extended dub.
Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Just a
Yeah.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Rip choice, we're gonna put him on the line. He doesn't quite do it. So you know what? Whatever. We'll give him the yawn. We'll let him slide into there. Actually, Lindsay, I'll give you this fact about him. He's known as Rip Hamilton because he used to grow out his fingernails into points, and he would scratch people as he was defending them with his long
up.
fingernails. Yes, that's what his nickname is from.
Ew,
real
that's
thing.
so disgusting.
Does that knock him back?
Is that the
double?
origin of Rip?
That's what Ray Allen said in his autobiography.
Wow.
I don't like that.
So are we keeping him a yawn? Are we dropping him? Where are we putting this man?
No, we're giving him a yawn.
Okay. Yawning him up, covering his mouth with the pointy old nails. Rip Hamilton.
They're not doing great.
No, they're doing almost as badly as the Pistons did as a whole record-wise last year. It's not getting many wins overall here. This is pretty rough as a whole.
No one's even coming close to Kelly Oubre.
No.
Uh-uh.
Not so much. I thought maybe Ben would get there, but I see that he is not.
Not quite.
Okay, so
There's still time.
There's still time. Blank. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So we have one more going to work Piston left. I'm not sure how familiar you are with him. Detroit loves him. He does not love the Pistons organization so much anymore. Portland loves him. He is a stud on the basketball court. I saw him once at a Meth Man and Red Man concert in Pontiac, Michigan. Mickey's only Piston that he ever met. He had quite the interaction with him where he said, Mickey, you wanted to say the quote that he said to you when you told him good game?
Yeah, I gave him a compliment, and he turned to his buddy and said, I don't have time for this band shit.
And that's Rasheed Wallace.
Ooh.
It's all right. Yeah, we're cool with him doing it. No offense to Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I loved it. I loved
I
every
feel
second
like
of it.
I feel like I need to see him smiling.
There are a lot of Rasheed Wallace smiling photos. That's for sure.
Okay. Rasheed Wallace. Oh, I take it back. I don't want him to smile.
Yeah, I feel like he's got kind of a crazy smile.
Oh no, I take it back. No. Oh, he got his teeth done at one point, which is good for him.
It's a wise move.
You know, he has this really distinctive bald patch on the back of his head. It wasn't like a balding thing. It like must have gotten. It's weird, but if you can Google that, maybe that changes things for you.
No, I think I'm gonna go with a hard no.
Ooh, the hard no. Rasheed Wallace.
It's fair.
I would have put him in like maybe he's got a little something. Maybe he's got like a little bad boy look to him. The tattoos are really nice. He's tall. He's interesting. I didn't know.
I mean, there is a world. It looks like when he was on the Blazers and he was a lot younger than that. Then he looked better then. But I'm gonna go ahead and say hard no.
Hard. Well, that's right. Hard no. I put him in the wrong category. I gave him the yawn, but he's a hard no.
Well,
I
if
bet
you
you-
think he's a yawn, he's a yawn.
No. These are. You're the expert at this whole thing, and I also
Okay.
have like the other part is like I've got some hometown love for the guy. You know, for that.
I
Yeah, we
know
got biases.
You guys do have biases. I can sense them.
And Mickey brought this up a little bit with the Bill Lambier that somebody might talk trash. Rasheed Wallace has a history of talking trash. He did it to a fan. I'm into that sort of thing. I kind of like it. I'm into toxic traits. Unfortunately, I need to fix that a little bit. Terrible on my part to be attracted. At least attracted to what I'm not. I hope. So we'll see. But sorry, Sheed, you're at the no entry. So we have a total of 10 Pistons so far. One kind of getting the sweats, and that's Dennis Rodman, and then one really getting the sweat, one lip wetter, and that's Ben Wallace. No one who's
Mm-hmm.
junk we're checking out. No Kelly Oubre's yet. That's okay because we are entering a whole new dimension of Pistons here. Let me see how many you got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I almost blew it. There's one other going to work Piston. I can't believe I forgot about this
Oh
guy.
shit.
And
Let's see.
we talk about like what's it called, boy bands and stuff. This man is boy band straight up. Darko Milicic. How do we feel about
Oh,
young Darko with the frosty tips?
okay, Frosty Tips. Okay, Darko. I want to look up. So, as a white woman that grew up in the early 2000s, I do think there is something programmed inside of me to initially at least give him like the, oh, okay, like to put him where Dennis Rodman is.
We call that
Hmm.
the
And
Sugar Ray Sweets.
right, but then I think that I know better. And I want to look at other pictures of him because I feel like I need to see him look ugly. What's his name? Darko?
Yeah,
If
DARKOM.
you just search Darko Pistons, that's going to be easier than us trying to
It's very
Okay,
figure out
fair.
okay.
the accents and
Oh,
umlauts.
wait, he does not look good. Wait, well, oh, I have mixed feelings. Because without his little frosted tippies, he looks like this kid I went to middle school with, who I did think was hot.
Oh,
Um, God, I don't know. I'm gonna give him, you know what? I'm gonna give him he's warming me up. He's
okay.
he's Dennis Rodman. We're gonna put him there.
Okay. I'm trying to lock these other dudes here. I don't want the whole group to move. This is killing me.
Uh-oh.
Uh, I'm clearly not tech savvy, but that's fine.
You're
Super
doing
fun.
great. This
You're
is
doing
like,
everything,
I
Harry. Don't
appreciate
even.
it.
yeah, this is amazing,
Yeah.
truly.
And it's happening before our very eyes. And while you're doing this, I'll just double back to what you were saying about Rasheed Wallace and toxic traits. I personally completely agree with you because he was mean to me in a way that just like kept me wanting more. You know, I'm like, whoa, you
Ooh.
You're
reject
like,
me, and
are
I'm
you
like,
going to
are you
smash
my
it?
favorite Piston?
Perfect.
Okay, Darko.
Yeah.
Come with me, please. Yes. Okay, I got it. We're in business here. We're
There he
moving.
is.
So where do we end up with him? We end up with a little sweaty, a little dog panty. Was that the call?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so tell me about this lad in middle school. What did it for you with
Mm.
him?
God, I don't know. He was like a bad boy. He was like moody and brooding and like what and but like also like I want to hang with you guys, but like I don't know, the moody and brooding thing. And like also like he like looked a little bit ill. Like there's like a
Mm.
kind of white guy that looks like slightly sick.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And
I'm very familiar. In my high school, all those white guys end up going to the world famous Wagon Wheel Bar, which is the towny bar in our neighborhood.
there you go. That sounds about right. It's like Eminem has that same thing where it's like
Mm.
you're like, "Ooh, if are you getting enough iron?" Like, and so
He does
he
not
has
seem
that.
well.
No, I don't think like no. So, yeah, I that is also attractive to me, unfortunately.
You're into
That
guys whose
greenish hue.
primary diet is Uncrustables.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I like an ill-looking man. If he's
Uncrustables are
white, I
catching
like
strays over
an
here.
ill-looking man.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly ill. Oh my god. If you're anemic, steer clear. All right. So
Yeah.
in between the going to work Pistons and the Pistons that are right now, we have one Piston who I think you actually might have done stand-up comedy with. I'm not entirely positive, but this
Okay.
this man does stand-up comedy sometimes, at least. I know he produces comedy, and he performed at the West Side Comedy Theater a fair share. referred to by Neil Brennan as Pretty Red. I'm talking about, oh no, my Blake Griffin picture's gone? I gotta find it.
No, I knew you were gonna say him.
Where is this image? Why is it gone? Let me see if I can pull it up. Boom. Okay.
There
it's
he
up.
is.
We're up. We're in business.
Okay. I actually have a good story about this. So I was on Neil Brennan and Friends at Westside, and I was in the green room, and the green room always makes me nervous there because I feel like nobody would ever talk to me, and like all the guys are always talking to each other, and it was like really, so I would have to hype myself up to be extra friendly in order to feel like I could like fit in. And when I say I don't watch basketball, I do not watch basketball. I know basketball players from like when we were growing up. So Blake Griffin is sitting there. I don't know that he's a basketball player, but he's the only one talking to me. Like all the other male comics, I start to engage with him and he engages back. The other male comics are not out here engaging. Neil is eating a fucking vegan hamburger like the loser he is. Like,
Big on the
and
Impossible Burger, yeah.
yeah, like he's obsessed with. They're talking about expensive vacuum cleaners. So I was like, "Oh, I love rich people stuff." And I start talking about Love Island, and I'm like, "Have you seen Love Island?" And he was like, "No." And I'm like, "They go to it's on this island in Greece. It's like Mallorca or something." And he's like, "Oh, I've been there. It's good." And I'm like, "You've been there?" And like I was like, what do you mean you've been there? What do you just vacation at rich people islands? And like, I just had no idea that he was like, and then all the other like male comics in the green room are looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. And because I was just like, what? You go to the Love Island island? Okay. And like, and I just like, it was like this whole thing. And then he like left and I don't know, something happened and I was like, or no, he was talking about it and he was like, no, I play basketball. And the men in the room were so upset with me. Like they were so upset with me. And I was like, shut up. How is that? Did you always want to do that? And he goes, no, my body was just kind of bred for it. So it was pretty easy for me to do. And I was like, wait, are you being serious? He's like, it's not, it's never been really hard for me. My body is just like built for it. And I was like, oh, well, that's not the answer I expected. But anyway, he was nice, but he was definitely like, I'm rich and I want to make, like, he was definitely like deep in money, but he was nice enough. He wasn't like incredibly overly attractive though. I think he would go up with, I think after talking to him and knowing
how rich
talking
he is.
to him made him talking to him made him go down a notch for me. So he would be the upper lip sweat, but he's actually not. He's just a notch below.
Okay, he's a moisture repellent a little bit.
Oh, now, yeah, I wouldn't even say repellent, but it was just like, oh, even fuck you on the Love Island island.
We'll give him some pants, but that's as far as it goes for Pretty Red. But still pretty good for a Piston. And that's crazy. He didn't even want to play basketball because he's a fucking basketball stud. Like he was unbelievable, without a doubt.
Well, I mean, the
number
thing
one
is
overall
like,
pick.
Even if that's not true, he said that, which says whatever about his character. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He couldn't be like, I love basketball. He was like, I was just really good at it. And then like,
yeah, there's something arrogant about it a little bit. Did you take away points from him because he had never seen Love Island?
No, I didn't. But I took away points for him sharing that he had been to that island.
Just casually.
When I clearly didn't know who he was. So it's not like I was going to get a kick out of it. It's like if I'm talking to somebody that I know is rich and they're like, I've been to that island. I'm like, that's crazy. But it's like, for him, I'm like, what? That's nuts. Wait, I'm going to adjust the lighting. Keep
Go for it.
talking.
Adjust it. I I think he's a pretty handsome guy, but like also, I don't know. I'm just judging people based on what they look like compared to what I look like, and I'd say he's pretty good. I think he's in pretty good shape. He's pretty tall. He's not like overly wide or anything. Lighting looks great, by the way. Really picked up. Look at that shine. Look at that glimmer.
Thanks.
Ooh, you even got the thumbs up from Mickey. Is there?
Oh yeah, I get these weird. I don't know if it's my iPad, but I just checked this out. I get these great little like animations. Hey,
Look at that. That's pretty dope. I also
That
want to
is
welcome in the chat my buddy, another writer, Brennan. He wrote on Tig and Seek, which is an awesome show that has been scrubbed in the great streaming studio wars. Brennan's a super hilarious dude. Shrug Buds is his stream, very funny. Brennan, you might not know anything about what's happening in sports. It doesn't matter. We're rating the physical attractiveness, the hotness levels of these Pistons players.
Yeah, we are.
We got
that's
scrubbed
an
together.
important step.
We got scrubbed from the streaming stuff, and the Pistons are getting scrubbed from the history books on the attractiveness level. We've only got a few okay lookers on this squad, but maybe as we get more modern, we're gonna get a little bit better looking. This guy's not on the team anymore, and he was one of the most I don't want to say polarizing, but anger-inducing players that the Pistons have had in a while, and it's not his fault. He just got drafted in a high spot, and maybe he shouldn't have been drafted there. I feel bad for the man, and I don't know how you feel about a Frenchman, but we have on this podcast, we're bringing up Killian Hayes, who is not showing up there either. That's okay. I can fix it. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Easy fix. Here's Killian Hayes. Looky.
I don't hate him.
Okay. Feeling the French connection?
I need to do more research. Killian Hayes. Okay, Killian. I don't like his line. I don't know why someone told him to do that. It's not good. But like
The stash.
lining up his hair like that is like so weird. That's
it's
such a
pretty crazy.
I really don't like that at all. But other than that, he's pretty hot. He's like kind of cute. He looks like a piece of shit, and I'm into it.
I think fans would agree with you.
Yeah, he looks like a piece of shit, but I vibe with it. So we're gonna do upper lip sweat. I would get nervous talking to him.
Ooh, Killian.
Yeah.
He would get nervous looking at an NBA floor, I think, at this point in his career.
Oh no, why?
The poor he struggled to put the ball in the basket, as it were. And fans are happy to see him go. He had a tumultuous tenure on the Pistons, I think is the safest way to put it.
Oh, little buddy.
That's okay.
He's gonna be fine. He's still in the league. He's making millions of dollars. Let's not.
Okay.
I don't feel too bad for Killian Hayes.
He's also high up there in the hotness level. We got
Super Soaker 100.
Yeah.
He's a Super Soaker 100.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting that lip sweat. Getting a little moisture on that stash that he's got going on in here.
It's gonna be just fine.
All right, Killian. Good for you. That's a big win for you, my friend. Mon ami.
Yeah.
If our clown friend Baloney Parker was here, he would have something to say about my accent for sure. But he can deal with it. Let's stay young with the Pistons. Now we're on to the current Pistons roster. This is the last kid they drafted. He's 20. He's an athletic freak, but you got to tell me what you think about Asar Thompson.
No. No, I don't have to tell you anything. No.
Doesn't even need more. Just straight up no. What?
Nope.
Okay.
There's a lot going on I don't like. I don't like the face shape. I don't like his eyes bugging out of his head. I don't like whatever he's doing with his mouth. I don't like it. No.
Asar. Which is ugly. You're getting the ugly, my friend. That's too bad. Mickey, how do you feel about the aesthetics of Asar?
I was just trying to debate in my head whether it's worth having Lindsay do a Google search, and because it's not the best picture, but
all right,
I don't know. It seems pretty clear cut.
No, I'll do a Google
I don't know
search.
if it's. I don't know how much is going to change. I also just think it's funny too because his jersey is hanging behind Harry right now.
It's true.
So I'm sure
Stop.
maybe you have some feelings.
He's a 9. He's a 9.
I didn't know that.
I don't care. I don't care that he's not attractive. You don't have to be attractive to be a fucking stud on the basketball court, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
not what you love about it.
Yeah, I don't care about that. And I appreciate an ugly man. I appreciate an odd-looking person. I was Brendan, can you fix him? Who knows? He thinks he's a handsome dude, but this is all subjective stuff. And here, if you want to fix him, go for it. Fred Vincent's trying to fix him right now. Oh, you meant the last guy. You could fix the already hot Killian Hayes. People have tried.
So there's no fixing Killian. What are you going to fix his hairline?
Just put a little notch in there. Give him a little Z.
I know. I'm like, just cut that little square off. It's not good. Your hair's not made for it.
When people make line choices, it's always so strange to me. And like, you should trust your barber a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing about Asar is that if you don't think he's good looking, you might be tickled to know that there are 2 of him. He is an identical twin, and his brother is also in the league. So there's another Thompson running around.
So that's a double no.
That's the big double X.
That was my fear.
It's like Family Feud. It's more like Family Ood, but we're here.
Yeah. At this point, for sure.
All right, Asar, you're my guy in the court. But unfortunately, that's the wrong thing. Unfortunately, you're not winning in the looks department, so we're gonna have to put you way at the bottom. But you're joining some legends. You're joining Sheed, Tayshaun, Bill Lambier, and Joe
It's
Duda.
kind of a perfect triangle. We just need like a really hot one now.
We do.
God, I know. Are we gonna even scratch the surface?
Who knows? Maybe this next guy is there. We've talked about him plenty. I think he's got a hot name. I'll give him a hot name for sure. I like when you got like a plant in there or like some sort of name. And I'm talking about Jaden Ivey. How about this guy? How do you feel about him?
Jaden Ivey. Okay, Jaden. Jaden. Let me Google him.
Yeah, he used to have long braids, and I think they made him more handsome.
I agree. I love the braids. I hate that he shaved them, but he's growing his hair out right now too. So it's like
Oh my God!
Thank God.
With the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the whatchamacallit. Give me the big dick.
Whoa, Jaden Ivey! Don't tell the church, Jaden, but you're getting a little bit of.
Oh no! Does he love the Lord?
He's wildly religious.
He's very religious.
So disgusting. That's honestly.
No, don't.
For the sake of the triangle, he'll remain, but it's only under the stipulation that he abandons Jesus and grows his hair out.
The first one's going to be a tall order even though it's completing the Holy Trinity here. I don't think he's going to give it up.
Good.
He's very into the whole God thing.
Sucks.
He's like warning about the rapture.
No.
Like post-game pressers. Yeah.
Isn't it wild that people can get that?
But
way?
what a cutie. Sorry, what did you say, Harry?
It's wild to be good that way. But also, I wish I had the clap emojis animated because there are no perfect men, right? It's not a thing. And maybe he's a good guy. Like maybe he's a good guy. Who knows what sort of religious things he goes on? Because I think like when it comes to religion in general, if you're religious because you believe that you should do no harm, you believe in the golden rule, that's fine. If you're all into the other stuff, who knows? He thinks the devil is real, but that's something I could get over.
Yeah, but he's so hot. Like, it's crazy. He's dating a white woman.
Oh, is he? They're married. I know he just had a kid.
Oh, well, then maybe he's not. Maybe that's not his Caitlin Newton.
I think it is.
She looks white to me. I hope she is, and that I'm not saying the wrong race.
Pulling an invisible.
I think you nailed
she's
it.
white as hell. That bitch is white as hell.
Straight milk. We talking about here. 2%.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he is hot, and that's not even a good picture of him. But like, Sorry, I don't know what to say. He gets the eggplant.
He was touched by
We're
the
all
Lord.
going to hell. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
he was
eggplant.
touched by the Lord.
And Lindsay says, "Call me the Lord." Let's.
Oh, exactly.
All right, let's shrink him down. Congratulations, Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
Looking to have a breakout year right here. Hopefully he can.
Proud of you.
He can have as hot a year as his looks are letting him be.
Mm.
Now for the star of the Pistons. We know him. We love him. He's a great player. He played for Oklahoma in college. He's from Dallas, but now he's here with the Pistons. He's a vegan. The team's leader, Cade Cunningham. How do we feel about this man?
Aww. He's cute. I like him.
Not too stringy on the
Okay.
beard?
No. It's clipped, right? What's his last
Mhm.
name?
Cunningham.
Cunningham?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a real
Okay.
superhero name.
Oh, yeah, definitely the
Cade?
alliteration.
Cade Cunningham. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Cade. Hi. He looks like a nice man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his face is a little long. I don't like that.
Oh, for real?
When he doesn't have his beard, I don't like the little goatee. That's not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
He's making some bad facial hair choices, but I'm still gonna give him the upper lip sweat.
Ooh, the upper
Nice.
lip sweat. Look at that.
Wow.
Soaker 100.
The Super Soaker 100 for
I'm
Cade
taking
Cunningham.
it back. I'm taking it back.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna give him the warm up.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
We got the dog
Yeah.
pants for you. You're heating up here. Brennan, the hottest category. We haven't gotten to anybody who's hit it yet, but if they do, it would be
That is the sexiest thing I have ever seen.
the Kelly Oubre.
Every time I see it.
What did you say
Yeah.
his nickname was, Mickey?
Tsunami Poppy.
Tsunami Papi. Ay.
See.
Very hot. All right, Cade,
Mhm.
we're going to take you over. Oops. Take you over here. Come on, let me just pull you over here. Why don't you let me get you? We're going to put you in not quite the splish splash taking a bath, upper lip sweat
No.
area, but close. You made a play at
Yeah.
it. You just got to you got to fix that facial hair. And maybe,
Fix
just maybe,
facial hair.
we'll get into it.
I gotta say, I think there's a lot of bad facial hair in the league.
Oh,
I agree.
It's a problem.
It is.
Brandon Ingram's situation,
Oh.
very puby.
It's so
I have to
And
bad.
he's not the only one.
It's so bad.
Brandon Ingram,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lakers.
He's
Oh,
bopped around.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy.
It's pretty brutal.
Why?
I don't know.
It's awful.
Sometimes I honestly
Upsetting.
think guys like to grow facial hair. Maybe this is just me, but if you can grow facial hair, like I'm gonna grow it as long as I fucking can.
Oh, one more you gotta look up, Lindsay. Chet
Yeah.
Holmgren.
Okay.
Chet Holmgren beard.
Oh, that beard.
Gren.
It's tough.
He's so he looks like he smells meth. This guy's so bogus. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's really good.
This is like if someone took that like sickly look to like a new level. He is ugly.
On the spectrum of sickly, it's the bad spectrum.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not good. He like stopped. Oof, I don't like it. Gross.
The beard ain't helping.
No.
Gross. No, the beard's not helping. He looks like I'm looking at a picture right now where you could see he's lifting his arms up and you could see under like he's got hairy armpits and he looks so sickly that he shouldn't be able to grow hair under his arm. It looks wrong.
Could you
Do you
imagine
know
having
that, like,
patchy armpits?
Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, that's not right. You don't have enough white blood cells to grow hair under your arm.
Prayers up for Chet Holmgren.
His pits.
That can't be right.
Old patchy pits. All right, we're down to our final two, I believe. Final two Pistons here left. I will say though, the young Pistons are doing a lot better than the old Pistons are. So that's good.
It's a new era.
It is a new
Good.
era. Tell me, does that new era continue with the man, the myth, the legend, Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart? How are we feeling about this guy?
I don't know. He's not ugly, but he's not like he's not hot. I'm gonna give him a yawn.
I can see
Yeah.
it. I see
It's
it.
fair.
It's like not offensive. There's nothing offensive about it.
Yeah. He's not Chet Holmgren.
Right.
My wife.
You should have Chet instead of the
That's a
no.
tier.
You should have Chet Holmgren.
We'll adjust it. if this
God, I
is
would
going
kill to have him on this team, though.
I for sure would. The stretch 5 on a scale of 5 to 200.
Very talented.
My fantasy basketball team. Do they do fantasy basketball teams?
Oh yeah.
If I had a fantasy basketball team, it would all be like hot players, no talent. And I would refuse to have any ugly players on the team.
No uggos. You should make
No.
Have you ever thought about running a stand-up show that's no uggos?
I feel like that would go over well in LA.
Yeah.
People would love that.
Studs only.
Yeah.
People would be
only.
so fucking offended.
Yeah. No uggos. And the joke is no men. Get mad at me now.
Cancel her.
Yeah.
Shrug Brothers, I agree. I couldn't date someone named Beef Stew either. I think that'd be weird.
Yucky.
And my wife, she wants to know who looks like a hairy armpit. We were talking about this guy, Chet Holmgren, saying that he looks like he shouldn't be able to have the sort of hair in his armpits. But do you think a player looks like a hairy armpit? Because that's a gnarly look.
Yeah, I don't think he looks like. He just looks like he looks like he shouldn't be able to grow hair under his armpits. Like his immune system's not high enough.
Oh man, low white blood cell count for my guy.
Get him.
So we gave Beef Stew the yawn. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can all agree. We're yawning at Beef Stew. I don't know how you'd feel about that. Beef, don't fight us. You're a big burly man. But we're gonna put you over here in the yawn department. Not ugly.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Not ugly, but not pretty. We're down to our last Piston, and this is a very big man. He's a very young man. I'm very curious if he's gonna break through at the top. I think he's got a legit shot. How do we feel about Jalen Duren?
What is that smile? Jalen?
This might be a Google situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google him.
I take a
because you
Google.
said
I tried to get a seductive picture of him. There's him spinning like a basketball, and I was like, oh, he's looking a little sexy in this photo. Earrings showing, the braids up, a little squint in the eye.
okay, Jalen Duren.
I like his braids a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
We're not
I
feeling
don't.
it.
Just not feeling it.
He's not for me. He's not for me.
Mickey, he was your guy.
I would say he's like boring.
Ooh.
His head blends into his neck a little bit too much.
Well, I can't unsee that.
So I don't like that, and I actually think that he has a really intense forehead. And
An intense forehead's tough to deal with, I gotta say.
well, I don't like the shape of his mouth too.
Oh. Who?
It goes down.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask for some specificity on there. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what a
it
good
goes-
mouth is.
It goes down. So his smile, even his smile, because of the shape of his face, looks like it goes down instead of up.
Interesting. Jalen Duren. So, Mickey, why don't you tell me what you liked about Jalen Duren? Because I know beforehand you told me he was your hottest Piston. Different strokes for different folks.
So funny.
Yeah, well, like the fact that he's not for Lindsay means I get him all to myself.
Scrumptious.
Yum yum.
I don't know. It might just be my bias as a fan. But I think he's
Is he
got a
good?
killer smile. I think he's just got some eyes you could get lost in. And I was at the Clippers game, or maybe it was the Lakers game for his 19th birthday. So in a way, I feel like I'm like grooming him a little bit.
Wait, his 90th birthday?
19.
Oh, God. How old is he?
He's like 20.
Yeah, he's 20.
2021.
I don't think he can drink yet.
At the time, he was the youngest guy in the league.
Yeah, he was 18 in the
wow.
league. And yeah, I think he's like 20, about to
So
turn
he
20.
might get better with age.
Yeah, maybe that head will grow and that neck will stay the same. Who knows?
I doubt it. But no, I thought that he was our best chance for Kelly Oubre tier. But you know what?
No.
This is I'm learning a lot.
He also has teeny tiny cheekbones. Like he's got little like points instead of like something to like hold on to at night.
Hold on to the face?
You want some cheekbones you can grab.
I like a little bit of meat on my man right here.
Oh my God.
That's fair.
New fetish unlocked. Cheek climbing. How are Nick's cheekbones? How do you feel about Nick in the cheekbone department?
Got like a really perfect full cheekbone. Like it's really it's like the way that they should look. It doesn't look like a little like like a little old lady the way Jalen's do.
He got those China doll cheeks.
He does. I don't like it, and it looks stressed. And Nick's face looks happy.
It does. Nick's got a great face. He's a handsome man. You know what? I'm gonna give Nick
That is the sexiest thing I have ever seen.
the Kelly Oubre.
At least someone's got it.
Nick's got it.
Yeah.
Nick is Lindsay's
I'll
husband.
make sure he knows.
You should tell him. Yeah, please do.
I will.
Send my best to Nick. So we're gonna put this out here. We never reached the peak. We never quite got to the top of the mountain here. And unfortunately, some of the Pistons I had hoped for are near the bottom of this whole pyramid, which is too bad. It's a shame. Let's see if we can draw any similarities. We'll start with the bottom. Over the years, we had Bill Laimbeer, Joe Dumars, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, and now we're at Asar Thompson. Those are the uggos of the Pistons world. There's always
dregs.
one. No matter what they are, there's always at least one. There are some a lot of boring Pistons. We're talking about Zeke, Grant Hill, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Beef Stew, and Jalen Duren. Like almost a couple from every era. That's just how it goes down. Get up a little further. Now we got some interesting guys. We have the Worm. We got Darko for some weird 7th grade conditioning interest. We got Blake Griffin. We got Cade Cunningham. So that's another evenly spread over time one. And then as we get a little hotter, we got three dudes. Three dudes who are really doing it. Ben Wallace, Killian Hayes, who's not even a Piston anymore, and Jaden Ivey. Not bad.
Perfect.
Well done.
I
Lindsay,
like it.
Having seen like this assortment of Pistons, and okay, I'm gonna point out the ones that are currently like on the Pistons right now. That's
Okay.
Jaden Ivey right up here, your hot boy, Cade Cunningham, who said had bad facial hair, but otherwise he was cute. Then Beef Stew and Jalen Duren, a couple of yawns, and Asar Thompson. How do you feel like they have chances this year competing with that level of hotness? Do you feel like it's an average? It's like okay for what you're seeing. Do you think it's like pretty good?
It's not like the hottest. I mean, the odds of the team. Like if this is the team, there's a lot of room for growth.
You're not wrong.
Like there's just a lot of room for growth. I think they're starting at like not a bad place, but I think that, I mean, who are we comparing them to? You know, like I don't know who the hottest NBA team is. I have a feeling they're like in Portland maybe, because that seems like they would be cozy there. I don't know. Washington
maybe. Miami maybe. Who is the hottest? Who is the hottest Pistons team?
I'm gonna Google who is
NBA
the hottest and what is the hottest NBA team? What is the most attractive NBA?
Who would it really
I
be?
feel like the scouts should spend less time looking for talent and more time like scoping out modeling agencies, and just we're trying to sell tickets.
I think that yeah, I don't know. There is a rating on Reddit.
Of course there is.
So the Cleveland Cavaliers are at the top.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Max Strus,
Mobley,
and Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
I guess Max Strus is kind
Yeah.
of hot. I don't know.
Meh.
And then it says the ugliest team is are the Sacramento Kings.
I can maybe see that. I can.
De'Aaron
for
Fox
sure.
is a cutie.
He's all right.
Wow.
He's all right.
Tough cookie.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is a Google Doc. There is a Google Doc with all of the ratings. Who is this person?
Okay, we kind of did this as a joke, but Reddit is, I mean, not that that's a hot take, but Reddit are perverts.
Yeah, no, Reddit is the source of mental illness.
Yeah, it's a cesspool.
Perfect.
All right. So with the tiers being out, we're all covered up in that. I assume based on how the Pistons came out looking, they're not going to entice you to watch any games. Their hotness level isn't enough to get you to turn on the channel or anything like that.
No, I mean there is an element of interest in the ugly ones that you said were good, just because like I love to see ugly people go above and beyond.
That's a great
It's
story.
good to
for
see
America.
people overcome odds.
That's the new American dream, I think. Not overcoming wealth inequality, because we know that's impossible. It's ugly people overcoming the odds. Let's get there.
True.
So, Lindsay,
Amen.
thank you for joining us. It's been, I mean, this has been kind of a long stream, in all honesty, but we really appreciate you
Sure.
being here. Other than your show, Good Heroin, in downtown Los Angeles, and your other show, which is called
The Monday Show.
The Monday Show, which I assume is on Mondays, also
It
in
is.
Los Angeles. I said downtown, but the downtown's not right. It's actually in Echo
Park.
Yeah, Echo Park.
Mm.
Two great shows. You got to check them out. Lindsay's an incredible stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
Truly very fun to watch. Great actor, excellent baker as well, as noted. Check out her baking stuff. Check out her Instagram. On Instagram, it's at Lindsay Adams is popular. She should be even more popular. Make her more popular by watching. Do you have anything you want to plug before getting out of here?
No, just follow me on Instagram. I got fun stuff coming up, and I'm excited to share it.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. We really appreciate you being here to leave the
Such a
podcast.
treat.
It,
We'll put all the links in the description.
for sure.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
And as if you can and you're watching, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Any of that stuff helps. We're trying to get affiliated here. We get affiliated, you get some emotes. We've already made some. It'd be nice, but it'll be really nice to have you guys like us. Check out the clips as they're coming out. We always leave the podcast and the stream as an ode to the person, the felt mascot that we follow blindly with our faith into the future. An ode to Hooper.
The horse, of course.
Yes, the horse, of course. We give him the abbreviation, the acronym sounded out the way a horse would say it with the ooh. So if you want to, you can. If not, have a good one, y'all. Ooh.